Welcome. What we see here is a transfiguration from an illuminated manuscript. This was a Franciscan missal done in the late 15th century. Like other transfigurations, Jesus is in sort of reference to the resurrection and the ascension in that he's floating. Moses is on the left, Elijah is on the right, and the disciples are down below. But what fascinates me about this piece is the cityscape very nearby. This is not some mountain they walked off to and far away. You can see that the city is right nearby. Notice first that although the story tells us that the disciples and Jesus had gone to the mountain, this isn't framed as if they're on a mountain in relationship to the city. They're kind of hiding behind a boulder, and that's an indication of a mountain, but it's an interesting sort of just hint at a mountain. The emphasis seems to be instead on the city. One has to ask the question of why this story is being told so close to city life. What's going on here? Notice that right over the shoulder of the apostle on the right, there's a mill right there, which is about activity and commerce and so forth. How does that relate to the story of the Transfiguration? The Franciscans who produced this piece and for whom it was produced, it was for them it was for a Franciscan missal, were involved in the life of people in the city and in the countryside as well. But they weren't removed in a monastery. They were about feeding the poor and caring for the sick. And so this may be a way of saying that here is where we meet the glorified Christ. And not only the glorified Christ. Moses is intended in the images of the Transfiguration to represent the law. Elijah to represent prophecy or reading the signs of the times. So maybe the Franciscans here are saying it is in the city that we see that the law is to be lived out and that we read the signs of the times to apply the law appropriately to our new time and space. Clearly the disciples are blinded and taken aback and awed by this vision that they're seeing. But there they are, seeing it in and near the city. Where in your space can you see, can you find, can you face the vision of the glorified Christ in dialogue with the law and the prophecy? Thank you for watching. God bless.